Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming. My name is Ben Florsheim. I have the great honor to serve the city of Middletown as mayor. And I want to thank a good friend and mentor of mine, comptroller Sean Scanlon, for not just having this press conference, this announcement, this important announcement here in Middletown, but having it at my Stop and Shop, in fact. So thank you for doing me that favor and that convenience. And thank you to the workers who make this place run and work and have every day, day in, day out throughout the last very challenging several years. It is because of you that we are here today, that we've made it through to this point, and we have a very important announcement from the comptroller that I'm excited, again, that is being made here in Middletown, where we have so many heroes who have done so much throughout these past few years, and it's so important that our state is stepping up in the way that it's stepping up, thanks to Sean's leadership. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Comptroller Scanlon for an announcement. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here at Stop and Shop. You know, I chose this location for a couple of different reasons. Number one, my grandmother worked as a cashier at the East Haven Stop and Shop for 25 years before she retired. And I know a thing or two from her about how hard people work inside this building and inside every Stop and Shop in Connecticut. Second, of the people who applied, of all the essential workers in the state of Connecticut, Stop and Shop employees, 2,400 of them, were right behind the nurses at Yale and Hartford Hospital in terms of the number of people who are going to receive the checks that we're going to talk about today. And that's not an accident. That's because when we go back and we think about those dark days of the early days of the COVID pandemic, all of us relied on the men and women standing behind me and working in this store, who went to work each and every day and put their lives literally on the line to make sure that each and every member of this community and all communities in Connecticut could have the basic necessity of buying food, which is something that we should never take for granted, about what a service that was for these men and women to perform for the people of Connecticut and the United States of America. And so I'm here today at Stop and Shop to announce that starting next week on February 1st, the premium pay payments will begin going out in batches of $20,000 per week to a direct deposit account for 150,000 Connecticut workers who qualified for the premium pay program, thanks to their amazing and sacrifice and service during the darkest days of the COVID-19 pandemic. Police officers who worked for the state, nurses, people who were on the front lines of our grocery stores, Amazon package deliverers, all these people who we called heroes. We can never repay them for the work that they provided for us during COVID, but this is the least that we can do to say thank you to the men and women of Connecticut who we called heroes, our essential workers, and beginning next week on February 1st, they will begin to get the least that we can do, which is the thank you of the premium pay program. So with that, I'm going to kick it over to Carol Carmichael, who works here at Stop and Shop, to say a few words. Carol?
Good morning. My name is Carol Carmichael. I have been with Stop and Shop for 41 years, and the experience going through the whole process with COVID was very scary, to be honest with you. But we're here for our customers, and I would like to thank Stop Shop and the union for helping us get through this. It was probably one of the scariest moments of my life when it first started. We're all scared, all of my co-workers and I, going home, not sure if we're going to bring a disease into our families, but it was our job, and somehow we all stuck together and we made it through. So I would like to thank Connecticut for providing us with this, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next up, I want to call up one of Carol's coworkers, Justin Carta, who also works here and is the shop steward for Local 371 WFSB. Thank you, Justin.
Hi, my name is Justin Carta. I work in the seafood department, have been an employee of Stop and Shop since 2011. I'm very proud to serve as the UFCW 371 union steward for my coworkers here. Throughout the pandemic, my coworkers and I were essential. We had no choice but to show up to work every single day. We showed up when many of our friends and family had the choice to work from home, or their jobs were shut down and they were able to collect enhanced unemployment, often making more money than they were when they were working. We showed up in the first weeks when there were no masks available. We kept showing up and often had to act like security guards when customers refused to mask, putting us and other shoppers at risk, or when some didn't maintain their distance or didn't follow the arrows so carefully taped into the floors of our aisles. Many of us worked hours and hours of overtime to keep the stores running despite missing our families and then being terrified of getting them sick when coming home. I myself remember coming home and leaving my work clothes in the basement and actually baking my KN95 mask in the oven at a specific temperature for a specific time every single day until more finally became available. We showed up when shoppers were frustrated with the lack of toilet paper and other necessities, and even when the pandemic was starting to wind down, we have had to deal with ongoing staffing shortages and supply chain issues. In addition to the coronavirus, these are problems that persist to this day. These have been the most difficult 3 years of our lives. Our union fought for us and was able to secure some pandemic pay for us in the early days, but as the weeks and months wore on, our jobs have proven to still be extremely difficult. When the premium pay program first opened, our union reached out to us on day one and encouraged us to apply. We are thankful for that because it meant that many of us were able to get our applications in early. However, we knew that the demand would be larger than the state allotment of money could pay for. So we are very thankful that our legislators and our governor saw it fit to properly fund the program so that my coworkers can get the premium bonus we all deserve. Thank you.
Last but certainly not least, I want to call up Jason Frechette, who is the Secretary-Treasurer of UFCW Local 919.
Thank you, Sean, and thank you to the governor for the state of Connecticut and all the legislators that were made possible this essential pay for these workers. A lot of people don't realize that when the governor shuts the state down, whether or not it be for inclement weather or in this case a pandemic, the essential workers are still reporting to work on an everyday basis. So this is just a big sign of gratitude and thank you for these workers that are putting their lives on the lines every day to help feed the families in Connecticut. So thank you.
So just to wrap up again, on behalf of the state, it's an honor to be the comptroller. It's an honor to oversee this program, and it's an honor starting on February 1st for us to begin over the course of 6 weeks processing 20,000 of these payments per week. Most of the people who signed up for this, 130,000 of the 150, opted for direct deposit. There are 20,000 who decide that they want to do it via check, and we will send those checks in the last week of February, first week of March. But if you are one of the people who opted for the direct deposit, we are going to process these in the order in which people applied. So the first people that applied are going to get the first check starting next week on February 1st, and then there'll be an additional 20,000 every week after that. This is, again, the small way that we can say thank you to people like Carol and Justin and all the workers here at this Stop and Shop and across the state who literally came here every day, put their lives on the line just to make sure that each and every one of us families in Connecticut could stay home and have the food that we needed to survive during those difficult days. I want to thank those who are here today to stand with us. I want to thank UFCW. I want to thank Stop and Shop for their work and their support and their help today. This is the beginning of a down payment that we can never fully repay those who work for us, but this is a start. Thank you, and I'll take questions if people have them. Seeing none? All right, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry, my hand is cold. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's okay. I try to look cool, you know? Should have worn a jacket. You look like you're not even cold. Well, it's all, just kind of look down, you know? It's all mental, so. Take a picture. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you. Great job.